So, hell yeah.
All right. We're
What's up?
officially live on the air. Center of the Saints back, episode
Yeah,
59. We're almost there, Chad. We're almost
almost there,
there.
almost a 60. And we're look at this, not repetition, but like consistency. Yeah, we go, boy.
Consistency. It's
Consistency.
it's definitely there, Chad. Welcome everybody out there watching on Facebook. Welcome if you're watching online on YouTube, any of our sources. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get this show underway, man.
Absolutely, man. Episode 59. This is exciting. It's been fun. Last week we had Bobby on. That was hold on, guys. I got a problem with my fucking headphones out of nowhere.
Chad always, brings out the technical problems when boom, you fix it?
Yeah, it's a weird cable thing. I gotta get some better headphones. But yeah, episode last week was fun with Bobby. That was fun, man. And then you didn't ever see the poll that I did, huh?
No.
See, I fucking made a poll and I shared it to all the I signed up for this fucking poll app. I shared it to Center in the Saint.
That app was some Chinese fucking hack, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, it was garbage. Like from my end, it looked tight. I was like, this is a sick ass poll. Like I uploaded a photo of Jean-Claude Van Damme, uploaded a photo of Chuck Norris, and then had, which one would you favor in a fight based upon fictional talents, not real life. And like I was all excited about it, and I kept sharing it, and like nothing on my end, it would always come up, but I'd go to someone else's device or look and go to
never seen it, man.
So sorry out there for the fans. We need to put that out there still. That is unsettled. But Bobby, I appreciated his perspective. I told Victoria, she goes, how was the podcast tonight? I was like, it was really fun. I was like, to be honest, Bobby like reawoken a little kid in me. You know what I mean? Like, who would win in a fight? No, bro, not fucking real life. Like, fucking, movie talent. I was like, I ain't thought about shit like that in a while.
I love when Bobby hits us with those kind of questions, man. It's
that's
really
a Bobbyism right there.
Bobbyism.
Mm-hmm.
So Chad, keep the fans going. I'm sharing this to all of our pages to get all of our church groups. Groups going and getting them all involved and engaged.
They push this shit out to some wild groups, man. But it's cool. And I don't know where the fuck else he posts it. When you look at our map of listeners, it's pretty crazy because like we're doing pretty good in Russia, fucking like Alaska. Like
I think your wife might help out with that.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Bro. But yeah, it's been it's been pretty cool. I've seen more engagement back from we're trying to just have more engagement, and we've been getting that, so that's pretty cool. It keeps it fun for us too when people are listening and we see the comments roll in. Sometimes we see them during, after, etc., but it makes
we love our haters out there.
Some people just hating. Like we had one dude commenting a bunch, like just hating,
just getting all mad, man.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's been pretty wild week over here for everyone, listeners out there.
Is it still snowing there?
Nah, it stopped. Now, like almost all the snow's melted off, like completely. So it was just super cold for a couple days. But this week, dude, Elk River got 20 inches within a matter of like 16 hours. They had 17 inches overnight, and then another 3 within a couple hours in the morning. I got called. They're like, hey, we're having somebody shovel off our campers. You want them to hit yours? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And
yeah.
Man, like it's still dumping. It's been dumping all week, dumping this weekend. Like it is dumping, and doesn't look like it's going away. So
it just started dumping here over the weekend.
It started raining there.
Yeah, it just started today. I was driving to a call and I seen the sprinkles coming in, and I was like, it's only a matter of time before Stockton starts feeling some of that. Yeah. And sure as shit, it's by the time I got home, it's fully wet outside, which kind of sucked because I've been working on this coffee table I built for my wife by hand, scratch, no plans or nothing, and it's coming out really nice. I've had to restain it and do some work on it over the few months that I've been playing around with it.
Right on.
And I restained it today, and it was sitting outside drying, and I had to rush to throw it in the garage so it wouldn't get destroyed.
Yeah, that sucks. Me and John were refinishing the first butcher block, like this big ass island, bro. She bought 3. What was it? They were like 4 foot by 6 foot. No, they were 3 foot by 6. Beautiful, bro. Like, turns out absolutely beautiful. Well, I'm doing some drywall, in the corner of the house. And I'm fucking, you know, boom. Then we're tiling the bathroom, doing all this was a full house remodel. And then this is when we lived down there. I was out in that one wasn't Plymouth. That one was, I don't know, outskirts of Comanche. But anyway, so I sand all my drywall patches and we fucking come out and I'm like, oh shit, like all the dust blew. You know, I had a fan going out the window, but a bunch blew in and all over the table. I was like, oh, no problem. So I'm cleaning up the floor. You know, we always, that's part of why like our customers love us. We clean the fuck everything. And it's wild what that does. So any handyman or anybody out there listening, anybody in the trade,
if you're not cleaning up,
well, if you're trying to do something on your own or you're trying to stand out, just clean up your fucking mess.
Yeah.
And
it goes a long ways.
I'm not lying, bro. That's like people love us just because we clean up. But anyway, so I'm cleaning. Don't do what I'm about to say I did. So I wipe up the floor. And I got this wet cloth, and I'm going to Vino. I'm had to drink Victoria's right there. I'm walking tonight, but I go with this cloth, dude, and I wipe off this whole butcher block table, and it's a fucking wet ass rag. Wipe it all down. Go back in the back. We come out. All the fucking grain pop, dude, raised. Like, so it just this, dude. We sanded this table with like I don't even remember what we literally used steps of sandpaper to get it like this badass finish, bro. We didn't have the oil. They were out of oil, so we were waiting to get the oil to oil it. So it was unoiled, and I didn't even fucking think about it, bro. The wet rag, like I know that shit, but I just wasn't thinking. And we come out, and it looked like just frayed, fucking just. It was fucked up, and we sanded and sanded and sanded, and the grain just kept popping and popping, and it took forever, and we never truly got it like re-perfect again. So just so if you are ever fucking cleaning off your wood prior to staining it, or you know, make sure that you don't do it with a fucking wet cloth because it will fuck up all your hard work.
Yeah, and I've learned with wood. I'm not a woodworker in the least bit, you know. I just kind of tinker around with it. It's for fun, but I've learned like I just take my time with it, you know. That's one of the best things I could do. Sometimes I'll look at it and I'll see it and I don't like the way it turns out, I'll resand it or whatever I gotta do.
That is so the way it's supposed to be, man. Like I was having a conversation with John a couple days ago. We're on a job and doing the seams. Like the seams is like the fine art. One of the fine arts on site in granite. Like make those seams perfect, flawless. You know, it's a talent. It's an art. And each job, each stone, everything's different about it. And like, but I have this old school mindset, like from drywall and framing. Everybody I worked with, and I've kind of just been that way anyway. From whatever, but go, get it done. Like next. And like, I have to have patience. And the funnest shit in the world to me is when I get to work on something and I'm not worried about where I'm going or how long it's going to take me.
Yeah.
And that's when I do my best work. Like, and I never, like, I got so much in a rush from being a superintendent on super quick projects that it was just like, fucking get it done. Quality kind of started getting on those projects kind of was like a last minute thing, like, oh, punch list, whatever they catch, we'll fix.
Yeah.
And then coming into granite, you know, I had to check that instantly, you know, but I'm still in the back of my mind, like worried about the next job and shit. So when you're saying you're working on it, recent, that's the way, that's the beauty, man. I love it when I see guys sanding, taking forever, looking, you know,
those fine little details.
Dude, it's a privilege, bro. It is such a privilege to be able to do that, not just have the mindset, but to do it. And that's the only way that you get like invested in that craft and like, you know, find that purity or that sense of, you know, that's the whole point of like Zen in the art of, you know, Zen in the art of archery. You know, they've done a lot of those books since that, but that's the point of it, to be able to just enjoy your craft, because you're not supposed to just crank it out, get it done, especially on a hobby project, you know. Like I was telling a kid up here, Jesse, he's a good guy, and he was asking me like, hey man, what do you think I should do? Like, I'm getting into, but I don't really know what I want to do as a hobby and stuff. And I remember I was telling him, I was like, dude, do it all. I was like, you got a job that's paying the bills. If you're talking about a hobby, bro, try everything. Keep
Yeah.
trying it.
You never know what you're going to like,
You're
and you
done
never
with
know
it,
what you're going to
try
be
to
good
sell
at.
it. If you can't sell it, give it away. Move on to the next thing. Trade it for some materials. And sooner or later, like you're gonna find out what you love in those hobbies. And you're like, oh fuck, dude, I fucking love building coffee tables.
Yeah.
And like you just get really into it. And then, the dream, the true like end goal to me, what it always is, or when I'm talking to people like that, is like maybe one day that hobby becomes your day job and your reality because you've gotten so good and you kept your regular job and that other job just stayed fun and passionate, because that's when people cross that line of success and greatness, is when their day job becomes something they're passionate about. Sometimes the same project emerges, other times something else surpasses the daily. And that's what I have like a super grand respect for. And even as a company, like our company Granite Works, like me and John, like we love, like we don't have all the money in the world to support and sponsor people, but we try to as much as we can, just for the simple fact of like seeing people trying something or going for it. We want that to happen. We want to be able to support them. So.
Yeah. And it's weird, man. It's like, you don't know how many people, like Steve Jobs and people that started things, maybe as a hobby, or it could have started with him building fucking shit in his garage, and that took him to the iPhone and things like that. So it's super powerful.
Yeah, it's obsession, man. And like I feel like obsession only comes from a certain amount of passion. And those companies did start in garages, Amazon and all that, man. And you see all these people. That's why, like, I mean, part of my respect for fighters in general is knowing that if they got to the highest level, very few of them, maybe, Sage Northcutt, there's exceptions to everything, but the majority of high level fighters that made it there really went through a period of having nothing, because all they wanted to do is be a champion or get in the UFC or whatever their goals were. They were literally willing to not do anything else just to pursue that and live without so much. I was never willing to do that. Like I always knew I gotta work and have money, have a car. Like I always had to have that. Like there was no way in my life I was going to give that up to pursue a dream or a passion. And, thus the role that I'm in. So that's, fighters are like a shining example of that. Guys coming up, in dreams. And when you see the big companies like you're talking about, like Apple and all that, those guys went through that. Bill Gates, they went through that shit to create what they had. And it's truly just being vested in your craft and indulging fully and wholeheartedly with no distraction. That's also why a lot of those guys are inventors too, don't have great relationships, or end up single, or all those things, because they are so divested in what they're doing. And greatness takes that. It doesn't take half in, half out. Like,
Yeah.
It's amazing to see those things. And then I love the other end of it, where people are just owning the fact, like, no, dude, I don't give a fuck about like making money on this shit. It's just something I like to do.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, bro.
There's almost a good respect level that comes around with that. It's like, dude, you don't even give a fuck.
Maybe the respect is just owning it, knowing exactly, like knowing that you're obsessed, or knowing that you're like, nah, I'm just fucking having fun. I respect that. Maybe because I'm always fucking all over the place. Like I respect anybody that has their mind made up, because I never fucking do.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess that's kind of why we're good friends, because I'm the same way. I dabble in so many little things, and
we've all been erratic at every,
yeah. And I mean, but over the years, if you think about it, like we keep getting drawn back to certain things. We keep getting drawn back to jujitsu, to music, to that bond that it just never leaves. And that's kind of how it all started. And it's weird that we've been able to maintain that over the 10 plus years of friendship that we've all had together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so many things get lost along the way.
Like more to martial arts than anything, because even with all of us not training, what like we'd always come back to was like fights or this or that, or hey, I started training again, and we're all pumped for the guy, even though dude, fucking good for you. Like I think that that's like such an underrated principle, and that people, like, dude, I've been on the couch all fucking day because my stupid fucking bitch back. And that's part of what I was thinking about, dude. Like, I hate having that much time to think. Like, it's too much fucking time. But everyone's like, you just need to chill.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. And for a day. And
got a whole lot of nothing done, right?
dude, it's so I had a headache from doing nothing. I swear to God. I had a fucked up headache for like 5 hours, dude.
You drink a beer and get rid of it?
No, I didn't, and I purposely didn't take any pills or not. Like, I don't like to. I get nervous about like drinking or pain pills or even even kratom. Like, I took kratom yesterday, and it's fine, but I get this nervous feeling of attachment. Like, I don't want to feel. I don't. It's not just that I don't want to be owned by something. On a larger level, I like to know that I'm hurt, or I like to know that I'm feeling good. And when
You're alive.
Well, not just that. When you introduce any substances, it's like a false confidence. Like right now, man, I took fucking, half a Vicodin and, had some, just started drinking wine. But I mean, just that little bit fucking for me, like, it makes me feel better. And I'm like, I don't want me to think that I'm feeling better when I'm fucked up, and especially me, like that's a problem with me, is like, I'm like, fucking dude, I feel good. I can do everything. And then I wake up the next morning like, oh fuck, I wasn't healed at all.
Bobby's here. Bobby says free J-Dub. He wants to see J-Dub Moneymaker on the podcast.
I know Jason's been trying so hard. He called all three of us, bro. All three of us last week, kicked me off. I don't know if anybody else got kicked off.
What's funny is he tells me, he goes, you owe me a thank you. And I said, why do I owe you a thank you? And he says, because I could have kept calling you guys during your whole episode. I was down to do that.
I bet he was, motherfucker. That's not a
he doesn't give up, man.
Hey, congratulations for not being a complete ass.
So yeah, free J-Dub.
Dedication.
Oh man. So this week has been kind of crazy. I'm just going to be real. It's just been a little crazy. I feel like there's a lot of loose ends undone. With work, I've been trying, it's one of those things where you let yourself get unorganized and you try to correct it. And dude, it's just been the nonstop battle all week of trying to get my shit back together to where I feel confident. I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm slipping a little bit.
There's a funk in the air, man. I've been in that same mind state. We had all the craziness from pre-elections, after elections, everyone trying to pretend like it's not bugging them. And you feel that energy in the air with people. And like you said, I mean, I completely understand like that. Those small moments of disorganization are so hard to recover back. And then there's the doubt, like you said, your confidence, super related. That's part of that goals thing that I'm doing. I was breaking that shit down today, thinking a lot about it. Fucking headphones. Hold on a sec.
Our sponsors out there, if you guys want to donate some headphones to Chad, he is more than willing to receive them.
Oh man. It's the stupid ass fucking cord. But yeah, man, that's what part of my big thing is, like, boiling down where I'm at in organization, what you're saying, getting that confidence back. Like, I started all these goals and, I just got to work backwards on them and make them a lot smaller. Like, we all know where we want to be. Like, you're like, fuck, I want to get organized. So you put that as a fucking goal. Yeah, but what does it take to get organized? Well, I got to do this, that, and that. Okay, well, out of those, like making them smaller and smaller is what I'm trying to work on versus just fucking.
And I'm even down to like the point to where I have several lists now that I have to do, and it's just getting everything done, man. It's just one thing after another.
You ever been around somebody like super successful with a list?
Yeah.
And seen it? It's crazy. I had the Brian Trainer, the owner of the other company. He would tell me,
they're amazing.
He's like, I just keep a list, and
when I see those people, I kind of envy them. I wish I could be like that and stick to that fucking list.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. He showed me on his computer like this list, hundreds of things, and he's like, every morning I just start at the top. And sometimes I got to forward one to the bottom, then I add new ones on the bottom. But I never delete anything unless it's done. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it was so
Crazy.
long. And then John was telling me, a guy that he worked with, I think it was Matt, but his list, dude, was his shit, his planning and his list was fucking insane, because it even said like go to the bathroom and shit. Like he had every single thing he had to do each and every single day on there that he would like check off every day. And he was super organized, really good at his job, and a really good guy. But yeah, it's admirable, man. Like
It really is.
That's something else right there. And it's discipline. It's the ultimate form of discipline. So,
and I am proud of myself in a couple other aspects. You guys have been trying to get the run thing going. I know Bobby's been more on it than others.
Yeah, I fucking completely fell off.
But it's been motivating for me at the same time, listening to the journey, kind of a spinoff of Sinner and the Saint that you got going on, and Bobby talking to me and stuff. So I cleaned off the treadmill, tightened some bolts on it. I busted that sucker out. It's ready to go. I haven't ran on it yet, but it's been staring me.
This is what I'm telling you. Small fucking victories, bro. That's
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't beat yourself up. Look at what you did do. You know,
I even got the fucker plugged in and set up. So like, there's no excuses. Like I got a little heater next to it in case it's cold in the garage. I'm trying to remove all the excuses, so when I'm ready, I can fucking get down.
Oh yeah, I get it, bro. Because there's a lot of things like that. Those are always little things that get in the way. Like, oh, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna work the speed bag on my shot. Oh fuck, I gotta move the table out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like fuck. And that's what, boiling it down, man, it's that fucking goddamn thinking, that's the procrastination. Like there's so much shit where if I never thought about doing it and just followed my instinct, fuck, dude, I'd have just done it. Like I get those instinctual inclinations, like my body wants to go do this, and I start thinking about it and ruin it.
And then when you complete it and you actually do it, regardless how long it took you, you're like, why the fuck did I put that off? Like it feels so good to be done with it. It's over, no stress.
There's always a feeling of elation upon completion. And like the thing that fucks me every time is like the moment I get 7 steps down the road on a run, I am the happiest dude in the world.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter how bad the run hurts, how painful it is. Like I love it. Like,
that's the victory right there.
But getting out of that fucking door, bro, like
getting so hard.
Like
easier said than done.
Yeah, it's eating me up, man. That I'm getting so comfortable and complacent. Like I said, maybe that's my biggest mind fuck, is that work is great. Everything's great. Except for me, man. Like I guess when I'm not so distracted or worried about all that other shit, I start to look inward and I'm like, oh, I'm
self-reflection.
I'm a hard ass. Yeah. And I mean, I say I'm a hard ass, but obviously not, because I've been fucking lazy as fuck. I mean, fucking pussy.
But. Yeah. And I think everyone struggles with it. That's why it's good for us to kind of air this out there, because maybe some people don't want to address it and be like, hey, I've been avoiding that workout, or I've been avoiding whatever.
I'm telling you, some of this shit, like I was going to say on the journey, I'll say here too, it doesn't fucking matter, but I'm dead serious. So like through this whole thing, I've been breaking it down as far as like my goals go and shit. And like, I've been mad at myself. Like, fuck, dude, you still didn't do this. You still didn't do that. And like I was telling you earlier, boiling it down, like, okay, you want to go running every morning. What the fuck do you got to do before you go running every morning? You got to get the fuck out of bed at a reasonable time that allows you to run, get back, shower, get cleaned up, and still be to the shop at 6:30. That's supposed to be the routine. Fuck, I'm not even making it to the shop at 6:30 right now. I'm making it like 6:40, 6:43, but I want to run every morning. Like,
yeah,
dude, you got more work to do than that, so boiling those down. And then like, what is the real thing? What am I aiming for? What are a bunch of small steps to get there? Because when you put forth those big goals and those big missions, it's easy to wake up every day and say you failed. So the point of all those little goals are little steps to get there. And you get a little bit of, like you're saying, that elation, that completion, like,
victories.
If you have a goal and you make it, you're pumped, but there might've been fucking 10 steps to get there. And you could have got pumped off each 10 of those steps and then the final goal. And that's what I had to remind myself of, and going through that. And then part of like the thing of the journal, dude, is like realizing like anybody out there wants to fucking realize how much self-doubt they have or how much of their own problems they don't want to admit, stare at a piece of paper completely by yourself and write that shit down and see
Yeah.
how fucked up it makes you feel to write it down.
Mhm.
That's the point of that journal, like that I kind of forgot about, is like, dude, there's shit that I don't want to write down.
Mhm.
Ain't no one ever gonna read it.
Yeah. You
You know
don't
what
want to even
I
admit it
don't
to
want to
yourself.
admit, yeah, I don't want to admit it to my, and that's what I started. Like today was sitting there on the couch like a fucking bum. I was, started writing down that shit. And that's kind of like, I forgot about that part of the process. And, like, I don't, no one ever, like, maybe they were saying it, but like it didn't register with me in any books or shit that I was reading, like kind of
Mhm.
did like the accountability mirror and shit like that. But I guess I wasn't just embracing it. And then I really realized how reluctant I was to even write down certain things. And now that I'm kind of writing them down, it's not giving me comfort. It's just like saying, like, it's accepting your faults. Like, it's easy for us to build in our minds a vision of ourselves and to put forth like who we know we can be. And like, I just got to get there. But you wake up 2 years later and you're not there.
Mhm.
You didn't really do anything because you were living in this fictitious view of yourself instead of figuring out what you need to do in this moment right now, tomorrow, to get to that down the road. And it's tricky because it's all a mind game, it's all mental, it's all discipline, and that journey is never done. You're never like there
I
because you're always going to keep going. And awakening that part of like being, I relate it to the innocence of being a child. Like, it was so easy just to do things because you didn't live through years of, whether it be self-doubt or
Yeah.
public, being ridiculed in the
Yeah.
public, people telling you can't. You didn't know. So as an innocent, you just did.
Mhm.
And you dealt with the consequences accordingly, and you built a foundation. And then as we age, we start to shut down that experimental part. We might say, oh fuck, I'm still young, I'm crazy,
Yeah.
but you're acting, you're not just doing it. And you're not as receptive to learning, which is the biggest thing. It's so, oh, when I was fucking 6, man, I fucking learned how to play guitar hella easy. Now it fucking sucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to rework on that part of your fucking brain, and
Yeah.
it does suck.
Reopen that part of the brain up. I mean, people think that like it just stays activated, but if
Yeah.
you're not exercising that portion of your brain, or if you're not engaging that portion of your brain, it doesn't stay
Dude,
active. That's just a
the most
reality.
it's the most vicious muscle in the body, man, is engaging that. That's what some people get caught and they get into dancing when they're 50 and get obsessed and stuff because they open that portal, that part of their brain again, and it feels so good to learn new things, to conquer things, because especially something brand new, because it's all new, it's all
Mhm.
fucking, it's all good. And unlocking that's a bitch, man.
Yeah.
Like for me especially, like that sense of comfort and complacency. I feel like this is another point. Like I was talking about people being 26, and you'll start to see whether they're still just gonna keep working that part-time job and struggling
I
to
thought
be
you were
in
gonna say
college.
pole.
Hey, some girls be working the
Still working
pole,
that
but they make
part-time
good fucking
job.
money, bro. I ain't hating on no strippers. I encourage it. Do it, girl. Feel sorry for your girl shut down right now. What is the world? Does the news
You
not care
know,
about strippers? I
when
was
I was
thinking
in
about it the other day.
Nashville,
What about the strippers? What happened to the strippers? Where are they at? You shutting them down? Their livelihoods. Those are good girls just trying to earn a decent dollar. That's
when I was
fucked up.
in Nashville, Tennessee, shout out to Tennessee. They deemed their strippers as essential workers. Their strip club called the Creamy Horse is still open. You can go by there. They're open till 10 o'clock. No
The
alcohol,
Cream
but you could definitely
Horse,
get some titties in your face.
essential business.
Essential business. They deemed it essential
Strippers
right
and
off the bat. And speaking of muscles, you were talking about our brain being one of the strongest muscles. Another muscle we have is our sphincter. And Bobby wants to know, what is your poop telling you?
All right, my poop's telling me I'm fucked up, bro. I was straight constipated for like 3 days. I mean, I
Is
took
it,
this
is
is
it
this
the
is the amount
drugs?
of painkillers that I've taken this week, dog. I'm being serious, open on. I took half. Well, they're oxycodone. So from my wife's pregnancy, so there's 5 milligrams oxycodone. I took half one Monday, half one Tuesday, half one Wednesday. Thursday, I only took kratom. I took 4 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, and that was it. And then just before the podcast, about 45 minutes before, I took half of one of those oxycodones. That's it. Well, that fucking instantly constipates me, dude. Like opiates just fuck me up instantly. Well, then fuck the day, bro. I straight fucking blew it out my ass. Like just fucking just. I
Hey,
was like, what the fuck is wrong with me, man? I was like, I better not be getting sick and have my back fucked up.
yeah.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah. I'm recovering from my false COVID positive test.
Did you actually get tested?
Fuck no, I never got tested, but I
Oh,
felt
was like,
fine,
all right.
dude. I went through airports. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, nothing too
Ah.
serious.
Tested for that shit.
I will
Fuck.
not get tested. There's no point because there's no fucking drug
No,
they could give me to
they're
fix
trying to
it.
get everybody. Like some people are so. Did you get tested? Why? So you can fucking say.
I was
fuck
just in
up.
Anaheim last weekend, Chad, and I kid you not, me and J Dub Moneymaker were driving through in the Maserati downtown Anaheim.
What?
We're going to
Who's
check out.
Maserati?
It was
You
a
just
rental.
yeah, I know you throw that out there all casual. Like you try to say, we're
So-
just cruising the strip in the Maserati, bro. Like,
So we're just
what?
cruising in the Maserati, and all of a sudden, dude, there's a fucking lane that's just backed up. And we go by, and I'm like, Jay goes, "Oh, there must be like a concert or a game or something." And I'm like, well, first of all, no, because everything's shut the fuck down. And then second of all, I seen a sign as we're going by that says COVID-19 testing, and the fucking line, dude, looked like AC/DC was opening up for fucking Guns N' Roses.
People are so fucking crazy, bro. They want to have it. They want to be able to say they had it. Yeah, I had it. Oh, you had it too? Oh my god, I had it. I was sick. Like, you know, like when we had the cold and shit. No. What? You know, it's COVID. Like, they want to be survivors. They want to say they got it. They want to, for some stupid fucking reason, they want to be a statistic, and people don't understand that you're contributing to everything that you see. All this bullshit from fucking. You want to be educated. There's false pot. All the shit that's surrounding this is so corrupt, is beyond anything. And it's so wild just to see these people like, I
They're
didn't want to
so-
get tested.
You
Like,
know,
why?
there
Well, I didn't know if I had it or I got it.
there was a gentleman he was actually my Uber driver, Chad, and this guy was a hardcore, you know, COVID guy. He made me sit in the back seat, made me wear a mask the entire 50-minute Uber ride. And then we got into some political arguments along the way, and not arguments, but you know, just conversations. We kept it both very, very American. You know, I listened to his side, he listened to my side, but he's going on his phone and he tracks every, like, he gets a notification when there's a new COVID case.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, let me.
Bro,
I said that's addicting, but let me ask you this, man. Like, do you track like pneumonia and AIDS and cancer and all these other things in the world that are killing people, or do you just track COVID? And he goes, "Oh man, I just track COVID." I said, "Well, that explains why you're so scared." And he just, I mean, he lost it at that point. But I mean,
yeah, it sucks because it's such an easy hot topic to like constantly divide the country, bro. Like that's what sucks, is no one's seeing that. Like, this is all a ploy and a plot. Like, they've proven the Chinese government and institutes, they've proven different Russian institutes. All of the people that would love to take us over and love to see democracy fail have backed the fucking anything that makes people, by people I mean Americans, mad at one another, dude. All the COVID, it's just a reason for us. Hey, you want to wear a mask? I don't want to wear a mask. You've heard me go off. Like, it does infuriate me, but it's not each other that we need to be mad at. It's the fucking governments trying to back this shit and trying to take freedoms away and tell us, fuck them. You work for us, you fucks. They work for us. The bureaucracy,
we employ them, we pay them.
There's so many stories of different countries going through a similar situation, from increasing racial tensions to creating a need for government funding, for government aid to shut down fucking people's sense of currency, like the way that we earn money. Shut that shit down, make them dependent on the government, create racial tensions or religious tensions depending on the demographic of the area and the according country. Dude, and fucking push that until the people go against each other. The government steps in, takes over, and says, "Don't worry, we got you."
Yeah.
And that is fucking fascism, socialism. This shit has happened time and time again, and all we keep doing is fighting each other. It's the stupidest thing in the world.
We're
Dude. It's flat.
wasting our energy on the
Dude,
wrong
look what they're
enemy.
doing it in our schools. We're not fighting back in the schools. We're not taking control of our schools again. We're letting our children be brainwashed. We're allowing everything to be dictated by the internet and Google and a news media that doesn't work for us, works against us on a social platform that rewards hate. It's the most insane dynamic for people to exist ever. Instant lines of communication,
really
instant gratification, and pure hate, because hate sells better than any joyous story. And we're all falling for it. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's just
let's take off the blinders for a second. Social media is here to stay. We're kind of stuck with it. It's gonna do certain things to different emotions and people's thoughts and people's actions. It's gonna create fake news. It's gonna create false narratives. There's a lot of things going on. There's really no way of getting rid of it right now.
No, it's not going to go away. This is the whole thing is like,
so we have to learn how to adjust to
dude,
that, right?
it's not even, yes. But, and the bigger thing is understanding that it's not making you happy. People have to wake up. People have to stop wanting so hard to be led. Everybody. And it's up to parents, dude. It's not, a lot of us already fucked. A lot of us are in this situation, but no one is thinking about the youth and the kids that are being programmed this way. We're disowning our children because they have different political beliefs, because they want this president and I want that president. We're disowning the youth. We're telling them how fucking stupid they are. Like, how could your teachers be teaching you this? Or we're embracing what's going on.
Yeah.
The point is that it's all starting with our kids in school and taking that back. Like, I love what I was talking about it for a while. Fucking dude, abolish the public school system. Everybody revolt. Take your kids out of public school. Get all the local funding and put it towards private schools and redirect your literal curriculum to where kids are being taught facts and history again. Not fucking all this bullshit about how to feel, how to do this, political views. They're not supposed to be taught opinions. They're supposed to be taught facts, and they get their opinions on their own. And as parents, we're failing. Parents all over are failing. They're not taking care of their kids. They're disowning them. They're calling them stupid, or there's not any parenting. Like, we're failing as parents.
Yeah,
all these people are
that.
throwing out the world. It's like, you're talking shit on the entire world. Like, how are your kids? If they're the same way, then you fucking failed as a parent. Like, and nobody wants to own that position. Nobody wants to say I fucked up as a parent. Nobody is fighting back against it. They're just saying, oh, fuck. And everyone's like, well, the kids these days are fucked. Yeah, well, what did you do as an influencer? Well, as a parent, as a grandparent, as a cousin, as an uncle, whoever you are, how did you help influence the youth? Nobody gives a fuck anymore.
Well, and let's take a look at this, Chad. So I see this often, and maybe this is the contributing factor, but you see people at dinner, or you see families, or you see moms or dads at the store and their kids with them, and they're so glued to their fucking phone, their kids wandering around, or they don't know what the fuck's going on because they're texting. Or
that's what I'm getting back to, is like the focus on community. Like, we're going to have those phones and everybody's so drawn into that, but like, word has to be spread, and people are waking up. People are starting to go, what the fuck is going on? You're only going to dupe the masses for so long before little sparks spark up. What I'm saying right now, all these little sparks start sparking up, and it takes that kind of a movement or revolution, if you will, to where people start going, you know what? Fuck this. God damn it. Like, every time I turn this fucking thing on, I don't want to be told what to do. I don't want to be told what to buy. I don't want to be told what to think. I don't want to, I don't like that they're shutting down people for spending that freedom. So as we start to pull our heads out of our asses and just look at what's in front of us, like you're saying, not at your phone, look down at your fucking kid, look at the line in front of you, look at the lady walking out the door, go open the door and let your kids see that you do that. Hey, that's how you treat a lady. Like, as parents, adults, influencers in general, we have to start picking our heads up and leading by example. right? Like if you show a kid like how to do something cool, they're going to forget about that phone for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to start reawakening that spark and not putting so much fucking faith in college to get all these kids into college and let them all come out of college. And there's not enough jobs for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all pissed off and they want more money and this and that. Cause that's what the fucking entire curriculum told them, is that they're
going to make all this money.
It's all these excuses. And that basically, oh, if you went to school, you should get not hard work, not a work ethic, not characteristics, not the fact that, like, let's be honest, the way you look has a lot to do with it, from the way you dress to the piercings to the tattoos and everything. We can all pretend like appearance doesn't matter, but it does. Professionalism matters. Character matters. Charisma matters. The only way that it doesn't matter is if you hide behind a screen that you're never seen. And that's why it's gained so much fucking momentum. But
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you going like this.
I know.
This was not my intentions. I just wanted to say I'm feeling great.
Well, yeah, no, dude, I feel good, and I just like I just keep saying it to where, like, I really hope that more people out there, like, it's not a matter of changing the world, dude. It's like just it starts with you and your kids and your family and your community. Like, everyone thinks that it comes from the top down. Fuck that. Every one of those motherfuckers got there from the bottom, right?
Yeah.
We put them there, and none of that shit matters. Like, here's the whole thing. This is what I said. Like, you know, and I'll take heat for this or whatever. And I'm not trying to say anything controversial, but this is like an example. You know, somebody, the Black Lives Matter started with the movement. It's been going on, but the gentleman that got killed unfairly by the police officer, George Floyd, right? I was making a mock skit of some old man and someone saying, like, oh, yeah, oh, you don't want to drive that way. BLM, you know, BLM protest, Bureau of Land Management. No, Black Lives Matter. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. What's going on? They're protesting because a man was unfairly killed. Here in this city where we live? No. It happened across the country. It didn't happen right here. No, sir. It happened. It happened across the country, but the news is showing it. Everybody's mad about it. But did it happen right here? Was somebody? No, not at all. So nothing happened in our community. Everybody's been treated fairly. Nobody was murdered wrongfully.
Everyone's outraged
in our community. Like, and that's what people forget because the news, because of the exposure, because our minds aren't meant to take in that much. Like, it's human, dude. It's human to get mad about seeing something on TV that you didn't like, about seeing something that's really you didn't like. That's human nature.
Yeah.
But we need to redirect ourselves and teach our youth not to focus on what happened over there, to mind your own business, right? What happens when fucking somebody's, okay, this dude's killing 5 people and you want to run over there and just look and then you get killed? You'd have been fine if you mind your own fucking business or you were a hero. But just to go over there and watch and get mad isn't doing something.
No.
Being upset isn't doing something.
Just putting yourself at risk at that point.
Dude, and it's, don't voluntarily like cause destruction in your community. That's what people are doing, is they're going out there and they're bringing all this hatred back. And that's the saddest part of where we're at right now, is all that hatred is being injected in our homes through camera screens, through news medias, through Facebook. You got to work really hard to escape it. You got to really detach yourself. And that's where the mindset, the cognitive ability to be able to say, my home is okay. My block is okay. And people will try to downplay that because they want you angry. The people that are trying to tell you that you need to pay attention to that are unhappy people. They're trying to find a purpose or a place in you being angry too. People that are really angry don't like being around a bunch of cheerful people. People that are depressed don't want to be around happy people. People that have all these,
and going back to Tony Robbins, it's contagious. That's why.
Exactly. And that's what is winning, unfortunately, is the negative feelings and aspects are being injected into our society, and we're carrying it home with us, and we're walking through the door angry because what we heard on the news and all these things that are affecting us. Like, dude, here in this community, like, we've had, like, the COVID has been nothing for us compared to all the other deaths that have happened. It's been nothing, but it has so dramatically shut down so many businesses just because of a problem in mass populated cities. The same cities that are.
I do have to bring this up. A fan has a question for you, Chad. As mayor of Lewiston, would you allow high school students to drink in the bars or not? Those are the kind of issues Chad's dealing with in Idaho right now.
I will not dignify that question with an answer. Okay. What I feel like is freedom is freedom.
Yeah.
And what I feel like is,
give it back to the parents.
High school students is I once was a high school student. Okay.
Yes.
And I know I did a lot of wrongs, but I did a lot of rights, and a lot of rights I wouldn't learn unless I did those wrongs. So if that's where that night leads those young gentlemen and they are willing to accept the consequences that come along with it, as long as the bar owner that might let them in, then so be it. It is going to be what it's going to be. But I feel like our resources and efforts within the community could be focused on better things than following a teenager into a bar. So that is the least of my concerns and my worries as a mayor of Lewiston, because what I care about most is the education of these children and preparing them to best deal with reality, because I don't believe in altering reality for your children. I believe in preparing your children for reality. So that is the answer to your question, sir.
Oh, that is powerful. That is powerful. Chad's definitely got my vote. I mean, that was some good stuff right there, Chad. Man, those oxycodones are really hitting tonight.
It's fucking taking my filter out. God damn it. That's the wine. Don't mix booze and pills, ladies and gentlemen. But,
couple things I do want to bring up. This is a little off topic. I just kind of want to get you away from talking about the COVID. But
man,
my boy Conor McGregor is doing some interesting shit. Okay, he's going on social media a lot. He's cut his hair now. He has the same haircut as I do.
Boy looks like he's on fucking straight test and HGH, dog.
He looks shredded like a mother.
Dude, his bone structure. Look at his jawline, bro. Like he was, he was young and still growing, but his bone structure.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, have you been out of the USADA testing pool?
Who's gonna fuck with this guy?
I think he's obviously proven again and again that he's a raw talent. I mean, Khabib smoked his ass, but at the same time, Conor lasted longer than a few other guys, and come to find out how much Conor was partying and what he was doing, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what
he showed up drunk to the fucking interview, the press conference.
Yeah, there's all kinds of backstories. Well, they said he was, before the Khabib fight, he was so cocky that he was paying guys to come to his hotel room, drinking the whole time and like knocking dudes out in like bare knuckle fights. Like they said like he won't even talk all about it, but he was just out of control, dude, he is a talent. And I mean, I don't think that, but we're talking about the top of the top. We're talking about the UFC. We're talking about lightweights, welterweights, bro. It's a stacked division. And there's a lot. I mean, Conor McGregor, what makes him so special is more of what's outside of the cage and what's in it. But then when he goes in the cage, he performs.
Yeah.
So that like
he shows up.
But everything that we're talking about is more his antics, who he is, his personality and his power. And that power carries a lot with him. But we're also talking about the most unpredictable sport that there's ever been. Like the random things can happen in this sport. And I think he looks great. And I just don't know what this version of his confidence brings. Is it, we've seen it with some fighters as they get older, like Donald Cerrone, almost be so comfortable or confident he just gets slept. You know what I mean? Sometimes when people feel like nothing can hurt them, they just get fucked up.
What do you think he's? I know you kind of touched on a few things before, but there's some hardcore intentions behind what Conor's doing with Dustin Poirier.
Well, no, yeah,
there's a reason he's hand chosen.
No, he's being somebody, either he or somebody in his team, in my opinion, got in his brain enough to let him know, bro, you love money. You're going to get paid no matter what now, right? Don't fucking throw yourself to the wolves. Like, I think he's humble enough to know that, ring rust is a factor. Your mental ability, you haven't proven yourself in that cage in a long time. Do you really want to just go up and fight the number one killer that's been crazy active or fought 8 times since you last fought? Like, no, that's not smart. Like, let's tone it down. Let's keep somebody. He's smart business wise. It's a rematch. So the hype is with Poirier. Boom. I've been interim champion since we fought. I'm a new fighter. There's so much momentum in that bout. He's getting a fat payday, and he obviously believes that he can starch him again. So he wants the names under his belt. And of course, he's going to go after the titles again. But I think he's just not in a rush to get there, because I think that he's lived that life. And once you have a title, you're married. Like, you're going to.
What are you striving for? He's already hit the top.
It. You're going to have to. You're not going to pick and choose your fights. You're going to have to defend it against the top guy. And it's going to be a big deal if you want to go to another weight class, because you can't vacate that belt. You know, it's always been a hurdle. He kind of broke that boundary once. But I think he's older enough to recognize, like, hey, let's have some fun, warm up. Then let's see if we still want to get that belt, or just do. Maybe he's just going to do super fights.
I have a different theory.
Well, okay.
This is my theory. So we're seeing the haircut. We're seeing, you know, Conor, you know, tone down some of the asshole antics that, you know, he's known to do, and
been respectful to everybody.
And we're, even when Khabib retired, you know, he threw out a pretty awesome tweet to him, you know, saying, hey, much love, and, you know, sorry about your father, and this and that,
with some other, like, nice, but
but for the most part, he has improved the overall public persona.
Especially when you consider last time he fought Khabib talking shit on his country, his father, terror, like, he went he
went deep. He went deep with that. I have two different theories. So one theory is all the trouble he's gotten into, and it's starting to affect his home life, or maybe his business or something, because there's been some serious, like, allegations, especially even recently, you know.
We only know about the shit that's in the news, yet alone all the other stuff they say has been suppressed. So
exactly. So and that's just, I mean, some of this stuff is in other countries and all over the world. But so I think Conor is trying to go back to where he was a few years ago. And that's where I think the haircut and toning down his he's still shit talking, because that's Conor McGregor. That's what sells. But, you know, he's going to show a little bit more respect at the same time. Like when he first started, he's going back to Dustin Poirier, because if you think about it, Dustin Poirier really made his career, you know, jump from that point. I mean, he was already on that upward trend, but it really put him over the top. I think that, you know, he's trying to find the Conor McGregor that he was a few years ago, or at least a version of that, you know, that he liked.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on it. And maybe, you know, with all this shit, maybe it's just to calm down his public persona, you know, with all the allegations, and it's just trying to make him look better. But
dude, I believe that at his core, he's like, I don't think you're as good as him with movement and everything without being a true martial artist. So I believe that man is a true martial artist.
Absolutely.
And I do believe that within everything that I said, what I'm adding is context, which is kind of backing more what you're saying. But the fact that he has been in a shitload of trouble, that I feel like he is cognitive enough and self-reflective enough. It's not the word that I'm looking for, but he's looked at himself enough to fear, like when he lost to Khabib, you know, that he doesn't want to waste his talent. And he goes in there. He went sober to fight Donald Cerrone. He was admitting that. His coach is like, he's refound it. And then, you know, but I think that he is cerebral enough to understand that he's going to regret it if he's 40 years old and knows that he didn't, like, go for it. Like, he went for it, but he never, ever, like, reached his potential, because he was just partying, fucking up, in trouble. That whole John Jones type saga run there for a bit. And those scenes have played out in fighting for as long as fighting's existed. So there's plenty of inspirational stories and examples to draw from in that regard. And I believe that becoming a martial artist, becoming a father as much as he is, maybe his son getting a little bit older, and he's starting to realize, like, fuck, dude, my kid is going to read all this shit. And I got to look my kid in the eyes one day and
be accountable for it.
Yeah. I got to be accountable. Like, whether whether it's like as a parent too, it's like whether your kid is ever actually going to ask that shit or not, it's in your fucking head, and they're going to ask it. It's going to fucking come up,
Oh, yeah.
like, but, and that's what I feel like he's doing. And when I say his pursuit of whatever he's after, I'm saying it's in a humbler way. Like, it's a very intelligent way to go about it. Like, get your paydays, get your ring experience, and go through a couple fights and figure out where you're at, and figure out, do you want the belt? Do you want this? Like his fucking starching of Donald Cerrone catapulted him, but he flat out said afterwards, I wanted more ring time. I didn't like where I was at.
Yeah.
He's going
He
to
wanted to try a few things out too.
Yeah, he's going to get ring time with Dustin. And if he doesn't, fuck it. Then he'll get the confidence. No, fuck, I'm right where I thought I was. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm better than I thought. Like, that is a very good measuring stick for him to come back and face somebody as tough as Dustin, because Dustin's not just going to lay down. You know what I mean? Like, Dustin's a little warrior. And then is he going to, like he's talking about, he's going to do the rematch with Nate. Like, he's saying that shit's still going to happen.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff out there. Give me a second though, brother. I'm going to put some more wood on this fire real quick.
No worries. No worries. This is a good time to, it's a good time to bring up our good friends over at Monroy's Original Hot Sauce. Go check it out at Podesto's Market if you're in the Stockton, Lodi area. It's the most amazing hot sauce. People around the world love it. Mango habanero, pineapple tequila, death by Kraken. The other day I got a great story. I was making excuse me, some tacos or something like that, and I dumped a bunch of death by Kraken all over it, almost ruined the meal, but you know what? It was still amazing. So go check out Monroy's Original Hot Sauce.com, like him on Instagram and Facebook, and check him out. Follow him. He's always cooking stuff that looks amazing. So make sure you give it a try. I got this heater going over here. We're also brought to you by Retro Grappler. You can check him out online, retrograppler.com. Instagram is Retro Grappler Shop. They got some really good quality rash guards. They got some really good quality rash guards, some cool gear if you're a jiu-jitsu guy. Even if you're not, check them out. If you're into comic books, cartoon designs, they got all kinds of good shit. retrograppler.com. Instagram is Retro Grappler Shop. We're back, Chad.
Boom. We're back.
Sorry,
yeah,
it's getting hot over here.
Yeah, huh?
I'm sweating over here. You're throwing logs on the fire.
That's tight. Well, it actually warmed. It was 46 when I came out here, which is the warmest it's been in like 2 weeks. So that's pretty nice.
What's the temperature outside?
It was 46 right now. So.
46 outside.
Yeah, so that's pretty warm. My shop is kind of tricky. Like, sometimes it's hotter than outside. Sometimes it's colder than outside. It's a little weird. I don't know what exactly happens.
It's the energy you bring in there, Chad. That's what it is.
What it is.
Sometimes
cold, hard.
Bring that hot fire, that energy. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Slow and low.
Hell yeah. Well, what you got going on at your house? You've been having a lot of people over. You got a bunch of mats there and shit like that. So you've been staying busy, obviously, right?
I've been staying busy with the jiu-jitsu.
At least you get one roll in a week.
Yeah, dude, I'm actually so booked out with jiu-jitsu. It's like I wish there were 8-9 days in the week.
What do you mean, like, so booked out? What do you mean?
Like, everyone wants to train all the time, and with work and shit like that, it's kind of hard to get home, and then you got to set everything up. Right now, this rain's gonna kill us. So I got two options on how we're gonna solve the rain issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because California, I mean, they're starting to shut down counties and shit. They're gonna close gyms probably within a week or two, is what it's looking like. So
I love all you owners out there. Stick it through, man.
Yeah.
Fuck if you can.
It's tough on a lot of them. I feel for them. So this is my personal solution. If you're a gym owner, I'm gonna go get a storage unit. And I'm not going to store anything in it but jiu-jitsu mats. And it's a covered place. Get one with electrical, so you got lights and shit, and you could plug in a heater. You're all good to go. Storage unit.
I would say if you're an instructor out there, here's a badass idea. If you got your traveling mats, your whole class, get a hold of every one of them and see who can host. And each week you meet up at a different person's house.
Well, the
And
problem
just
is
holding classes all over, man.
yeah.
Fuck.
The problem is right now, like, not everyone has the room. You got to have a
Oh,
good amount of room for.
you get a gym. I mean, you can't have, if you got most garages, you can only have two guys rolling. And you got to rotate. It's not like you're going to have a mat full teaching a move, doing a real class. It's so crazy to me, like seeing all the guys that like built it and they're making it and the economy's going
Yeah.
good, thriving. And then just, like I said, bureaucracy tells them, no, you got to shut the fuck down. I don't care if you're okay with getting sick. You can't
Yeah.
open your gym and we're going to find you. Like, that is so
What
fucked up. And and people enforce it for some stupid reason.
so there's two things I got to bring up. So really crazy story out there is about Andre DeFrias.
Yeah.
He's been in this country for a little over 10 years now. He has started his business from nothing.
Yeah.
Barely not knowing the language, barely learning everything, and coming over, and he established a great gym full of people. He had classes that were just nonstop. And then all this shit happens. He loses, so many students, I assume just from the fall off. I heard
Yeah.
a crazy stat, like, 75% of martial arts schools are going to lose their students. So it's just because people get out of the habit of training each week. And he was pretty smart with it. He started, he did acai bar, and he was selling acai bowls and getting support from around the community. And
Mhm.
he was even down and started doing this acai thing, and it kind of helped keep his spirits up. He just gets to open back up again, and it's looking like he's like, man, I may have to, become a barista at Starbucks or whatever, like, I'm going to keep getting shut down every couple months. Like, it's
What a
crazy.
fucked up way to kill every American dream ever.
But,
It's
it's sad because he's done it all right. He's worked his ass off to
that's
get where
what
he's at.
I'm saying. Like, there's nothing, like, if anybody feels that they are backing this entire thing out of a sense of humanity, you have a very extremely flawed thought process, and you are blind as fuck, because you can look around you and find so many families and people out of business, so many people scared for their lives, people that have dumped everything they got into a business, or single moms that's all they had was work, that can't pay rent, that kids aren't allowed to go to a daycare anymore. So what the fuck are you going to do with that? This thing has been the most inhumane thing forced on this country in I don't know how long. It is horrible. Child abuse is up. Parents aren't doing well. Domestic violence, horrible.
You know,
Where all this suicide?
what's crazy, Chad? I have to stop you right there because I was looking up just if there was new restrictions going down next week, because Amanda's kind of in limbo as a teacher, not knowing if her students are coming back next week, which was originally planned, or
Yeah.
now if the whole shit's going to be shut down again.
Because we voted on it? No.
So I just Googled something about California and coronavirus. And if you read about that, try this out at home, guys. If you're watching online, Google your state and coronavirus and see if it tries to link you to a mental health website telling you that mental health is a serious issue. There's those two things being tied in is fucking absurd. Which one's more dangerous? Mental health people having mental health problems, or people having the cold? Or the coronavirus, or whatever sickness, you gotta, it's so sad, man, that's the very,
I
leading website.
believe that it is still a thing, that it is still going on. This is the biggest mockery of fucking mankind that we're gonna wake up in 20 years and this is going to be in history books, and it's going to be a fucking mockery of what we allowed to happen. Like, I do still to this day, I do not understand who and what is any government operating on to shut everyone down.
Mm-hmm.
Under what pretense? Under what law are you enforcing that? Under, like, what the fuck is going on? Still to
Yeah.
this day, like, we're doing fine here, but I just keep meeting so many people, and I try to just do my own thing, but it is affecting my community, and that's where I'm fucking getting fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Like, I hate seeing kids in masks, and then, like, oh, it's like the stupid ass hypocrisy and double standards of it all literally exemplifies that it does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
The mask thing is retarded. The whole, every single thing that has came out of this has been nothing but a negative and nothing but complete hypocrisy without any actual scientific or factual evidence of why we all need to be stripped of our freedoms. And it's the saddest thing ever, man.
You tell him, Chad. You
I
tell him.
keep saying it over and over. I need to stop talking
You know
about
what's not a hypocrisy, and I'm off the camera. I'm about to pull you away now too, because what's not a hypocrisy is our boy Paul Felder stepping up on 5 days notice, making weight
Yes.
today, 155 and a quarter, or even less, 154 and a half. He made weight. He's gonna do it. He's gonna fight Dos Anjos. Turn this
He's
into
gonna
a
win.
hell of a fight card, dude.
He's
This
gonna
is
win.
a
He's
fucking
gonna win.
badass fight
Paul
card
Felder
now.
is gonna get this shit, dude.
He deserves it.
Dude, I have so much respect for Paul Felder. The last few fights, like, fuck, man, I wasn't paying attention to him fight, but his last few fights, I'm like, I really like him as a fighter. Like, I really, really, really like him. And for him stepping up and doing this is savage, dude. And pretty cool. I'm excited. That's the main event tomorrow, right? Who you got in that?
In the Paul Felder Dos Anjos?
Yeah.
I'm going for Felder too. How could you not, man? Like, I mean, Dos Anjos has his little porn star Brazilian mustache. I'm digging him. I think he's got a lot of potential, but I just think everything Paul Felder's had to fucking step up and make weight, and he is just on point. He's gonna take care of fucking business. He's gonna fucking do some work. I'm saying TKO, second round, hopefully early.
Oh, okay. That's badass. It's a 5-round fight. I'm expecting him to start off slow. I just got Felder by decision. I don't know. I don't know. I hope he finishes him. That'd be badass. What other fights stand out on that card? I haven't like actually went over that card at all.
Can you see the fight card at all on the screen?
No.
I know it's a little tough for you.
The version that, no, I can't see shit. This, I'm telling you, the way this shit went on my phone this time is, and I couldn't fix it. So
okay, we're gonna start out with this is the main card. We got Eric Anders against Antonio Arroyo.
Eric Anders, I don't remember his last fight, but I know he was coming up looking good.
He's been coming up for a while. It sounds like his takedown defense is at 75%. His submission average is at 0.14, whatever the fuck that means.
It means I don't, yeah. I mean, that's
Antonio Arroyo.
I mean, let's think about that. 0.14, that is a tenth of one, so a thousandth of 100. So that means he would have had one submission in 1,000 fights. That's a flawed statistic.
It's just,
that
come
means
on,
he landed one submission in 1,000 fights. Listeners out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what that fucking means.
I just
0.14 of 1,000, like 0.14. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, whatever that means, but it says he's got an 8% chance of submitting him. Antonio Arroyo looks like he's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a TKOer and a submission guy. According to my book, I've never seen Antonio Arroyo fight that I can recall. Guys, if you're watching us on YouTube or on Facebook, let us know who you got in this. Let's go Eric Anders for me.
Yeah, hey, and all those listeners out there, if anybody knows a good app to do polls on, let us fucking know, because I'm trying to do like one a week. It'd be fun as hell.
Just fire up that Surface Pro. We can get him on here. Oh, Chad's gone. We're gonna keep going with this. I'll bring him back shortly. Oh, we got Kay Hansen and Corey McKenna. Again, I don't know either one of these. Yep, we got Chad back over here. No, we're still here, Chad. We got you. 3, 2, 1. There he is.
I don't know what happened.
Chad,
We
you
just
there?
fucking died.
Are you there?
What happened? What was that all about?
I don't know what happened.
Did you get kicked out of the room, or did I
No.
just
Oh, we got Enrique saying cheers to us. Enrique,
Cheers.
what is up? Monroy's original hot sauce.
I'm out of wine. I'm fucking out of wine, bro.
Send him some hot sauce, Enrique.
Yeah, Victoria always needs some hot sauce, bro. Always and forever. Mango habanero.
So we got a girl fight coming up, Chad. It's Kay Hansen versus Corey McKenna. Do you know either one?
No, I seen the previews and I didn't recognize those girls at all. So probably fight night card. They got them up and coming. Said one of them just won their debut or whatever, but yeah, I'm not too familiar.
This fight sounds pretty good.
What's that?
Brandon Allen versus Sean Strickland. They both got quite a bit of experience.
Yeah, that Brandon Allen just got booked quick. Like he just had a fight and a good win and got turned around quick versus Sean Strickland. I seen something about that. But yeah, that should be a good one right there. Sean Strickland's usually an exciting fighter. So
who do you got in this one?
I go I want to say Sean Strickland, but that up and coming kid, I'm gonna go with the other guy.
You're going with Brandon Allen?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brandon Allen.
You know what? I'll go with Tarzan Sean Strickland.
He's good. He's good. I like Strickland a lot. I'm just going with the up and comer.
That's purely just because you went against him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Enrique says he's got us. I got you.
All
he's gonna be sending that hot sauce. Send me your address again. I'll make it happen.
Fuck yeah. Send me a shirt, bro.
Yeah. Hey, we like shirts.
That's one thing that I love about Enrique is his brand. I love his logo.
His logo's nice. It's clean.
There's not a better logo on hot sauce. That's it. No. It's the best. It's the best out there. Like his whole brand looks amazing.
I'm pretty sure that picture where he's got the cowboy hat on was like totally from a drunk day on the Delta that was on his phone.
Looks like a drunk day on the Delta. Like to people, everyone else out there, like, oh, it's so majestic. But for us, we know exactly that is a drunk day on the Delta.
That is Enrique after 35 beers.
Yeah.
And 2 days on the water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, Enrique appreciates it.
Hell yeah.
This next fight, we got these two fellers. I don't know how to say either name, so I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of these. Abdul Razak Al Hassan is fighting Cajos Williams. Chaos.
I'm gonna go for the first guy you said.
Abdul Razak. Yeah,
I'm going for him.
I don't think I've seen either one of these guys fight, but they look tough. They're at 170. This should be a good fight.
They gotta be doing good if they're
co-main.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it looks like so. Chaos Williams is a 22% significant striker. Let's go down to his grappling percentage. Okay, so Abdul Razak Al Hassan, his takedown averages at a 0.61, so he's about a half takedown every time.
Okay,
whatever that means. And then we got our main event. Who do you got? Felder. How do you got him winning by decision? You said
I'm going by decision. Yeah, I think Felder by decision. I think he sticks it out and just like I feel like he's gonna like just kind of like calf kick and leg kick the fuck out of Dos Anjos and just kind of just piece him up. I think he's gonna piece him up. I think he's gonna take his time and he's gonna piece him up.
So we got a couple things. Enrique says we got to be quiet. He says, "Shh, the kids are watching." This show is not rated for anyone under the age of 18 years old.
Do not let your kids watch this damn show.
Yes.
Bad idea. That's bad parent. I was just talking about bad parenting, man. Damn it.
And then we got Mr. Bobby over here saying Chaos rushes in with big shots. I don't remember seeing him fight. If you know a fight that I could think of that he fought in, let me know. I can't think of a time I've seen him fight.
I don't know. I can't see nothing. I need faces. I need faces at this day and age.
Yeah.
Getting up there in my old age, my back's been out all week. If I see a face, I know.
I'll tell you what, Chad. We got a lot of big things coming up, man. We got some guests lined up coming on. We're trying to get more guests on for our listeners and our fans. We're not saying who yet because nothing's confirmed until it's confirmed.
Nothing's confirmed until you see him on the motherfucking screen. That's what we learned. Shit.
Yeah. Enrique says we're old. I don't know where you get that from. I'm a young 32-year-old man.
Maybe if it was fucking 1723, you fuck. Right now, young, vibrant men with blown out backs and knees.
Speaking of, you know what's crazy is when I went to Tennessee, we toured the Jack Daniels factory.
Yeah, that's tight.
And interesting fact is he died when Jack Daniels died. He went into the office that day, and he was always early to the office. He had this safe in his office, and come to find out, somebody had been stealing money out of the safe, and he was concerned about it. So he went to go open the safe, but he forgot the fucking password to it. He forgot the combo. And so he kicked the safe and broke his foot and ended up getting gangrene in his foot, and he died. So you old fucks out there like Enrique and Chad with bad backs.
Fuck you, bro. My hairline's good.
Wow. That was an insult.
I just said my hairline's good. I didn't say anybody else's was bad. I just said my hairline is good.
Mine's not doing so good though.
I can't tell from this tiny picture that I have. So,
yeah.
But you look good with, you can be a shaved head guy, Dave.
Conor McGregor's rocking my haircut.
That's it.
Same barber.
Yep.
A couple things we got to bring up before we get off the air, Chad.
What's up?
We have some good friends over in Calaveras County. They're doing some big things. They're always taking care of us.
Sending us pictures of bowls on cows. I don't know if you call it a heifer yet or not. I don't want Bob to get all fucking correctional on me and shit. But yeah, man, Calaveras Rivers Farms putting out beautiful, perfectly fucking grass-fed fucking farm fresh eggs. And he's got a lot of produce that he's planting and everything out there. They're taking it to a whole nother level. His beef, I don't know when exactly it's going to be ready, but man, it's he's got a lot of top-notch breeding going on out there, doing things right. It's pretty cool. The guy's passionate, and right now you can get their farm fresh eggs. They can hardly keep them in stock. So if you get on the list, consider yourself lucky, and you won't be sorry that you switched to farm fresh eggs. If you've never ate a fucking farm fresh egg, you're in for a treat.
And what's cool is I've actually talked to other people who live out in that area, and they said they have chickens too. They don't get all the colors that Bobby gets. Bobby gets every color in the eggs because of the kind of diet and the kind of way he's taking care of these chickens and roosters or whatever the fuck they're called. But
roosters, eggs, but all right, bro.
You know what I'm saying.
You actually don't want a rooster around. Bobby could correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody else out there probably will, but you don't want a rooster around. You need like a rooster kind of around. So this is what I heard. If the rooster is there, then the eggs are gonna like fertilize. So you don't want a rooster around.
Yeah. Enrique says they're amazing, which absolutely they are. Also, if you're into like watching like cows and bulls and sheep and chickens fuck, like maybe you're into animal pornography, like hit Bobby up. I'm sure he's got a shitload up there for you.
God. Just, I'm the one that takes the podcast and he just went to fucking bestiality, bro.
No,
Oh,
no, no, no. Whoa, whoa,
hey,
whoa.
thanks
I'm
to our
talking animal
sponsors.
on animal,
Thanks to our
bro.
sponsors. If you're into bestiality, go check them out.
I'm talking
Is
animal on
bestiality
animal.
only human on animal? It's not animal on animal?
Yes.
I feel
Come
like
on, we're
beast.
not sick, bro.
Okay.
Animal. Like Discovery Channel porn. Come on.
Like Animal Planet. Uh,
Yeah.
there's so many videos of dogs seeing dogs fucking on Animal Planet being like,
Hey, which actually is hella funny because when I was a little kid, like my dad and my family, they're really religious. And so they used to fucking like if Animal Planet like got some crazy shit where it was like one episode where all the animals are fucking, my parents would turn it off. They're like, this is just too much.
dude, there was a thing on there about that's how they got panda bears to mate. They were showing the bears panda porn, and it actually finally got them to mate. Like,
Really?
yeah, for real, dog. Like
That's
they
insane.
could not get them to mate for anything, and then they just started showing them a bunch of panda porn, like videos that they had of pandas boning pandas. That finally snapped. I'm like, I'm gonna give me some fucking pussy, dog. That's real. Such a story.
Oh
Good,
my god.
real.
And another thing, we were talking about like, curved dicks and stuff like that. I did find out that there's like a crazy stat where so many Americans and people live their life with the curved dick. And if you're one of those people out there, call Chad. He'll talk you through it, give
I
you all
don't
the
have a
pointers.
curved dick. I just seen one, man. I didn't
Same
even
thing.
see it. I just
Same
seen the through a pair of khakis. Like
through a pair of Dockers.
I never like, skin seen it,
It's called seeing it in the flesh, Chad.
Mine's straight as a fucking arrow, bro. It's straight. Like I got no kind of bend whatsoever in that motherfucker.
That's hey, that's RT, bro.
What's up.
And with that, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Chad, you got anything you want to say to the listeners out there?
No, I just say stay up, you guys. I know we all heard enough about all negative shit. Just stay up, stay positive, man. Do your damn thing, and stay happy in your household, man. All be all right.
Yeah. Don't let anyone tell you how to spend your Thanksgiving. That's what I got to say.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's the government, anybody, you do Thanksgiving how you want to do it, and you enjoy every second of it. That's what Center in the St. feels.
Fucking have massive celebrations for a fucking retard. You can have Thanksgiving.
I just like the food, man. The food's great.
I love Thanksgiving, man. It's being Elk River. We're gonna be good.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Dude, I feel like it's always just mashed potatoes, bro. Like, I love the deep fried turkey and the gravy and everything, but I love like just piles of mashed potatoes. That's like my thing. Like,
yeah,
I'll literally like I'll get my whole meal, and then my second meal is just all potatoes with gravy, and then my thirds is all potatoes and gravy.
I guess mine would have to be raviolis if you're at like an Italian
What
house.
the fuck? Raviolis on Thanksgiving? That's blasphemy.
Dude, you never got homemade Italian raviolis from an Italian person.
No fucking Thanksgiving.
They're good.
That's proof that Thanksgiving is an American thing. You don't bring in fucking raviolis on Thanksgiving.
Hey,
I mean, I'd
eat
them. I like raviolis, but I'd be like, huh, okay, yeah, hey, why don't you fucking, yeah, okay, fucking the fuck.
Okay, so hang on. We got a couple people not wanting us to leave yet. Enrique's saying, what the fuck? He thinks we're the weirdest people alive. Bobby wants to know the weirdest thing you've eaten at a Thanksgiving dinner.
The weirdest thing?
Yeah, what's the weirdest thing you've eaten at a Thanksgiving dinner?
I never had raviolis at Thanksgiving. That would have been fucking it. What the fuck did because you got to understand, Elk River Thanksgivings are a potluck, so people bring all kinds of shit, and sometimes people just bring some weird ass shit. I know I had some fucked up stuff before. I can't put a mind to it. You know what I hate? You know what I did try once that right now is just coming straight to my mind that I fucking hate. What the fuck is the name of that stupid ass fucking? It comes. It's like a up. You make it in that bowl that has all the rib ridges, and they flip it upside down, but it's like pink with like red jello in it or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like some kind of cake, like dessert. Like you know what I'm talking about?
It's it's those
That
jellos, but they have like cream or something in it, right?
Yeah, cream. I had that at the Freeman's Thanksgiving one time. So I was like, oh my God, it's so good. Oh, they
Oh, that
brought
shit
it.
is
Make it.
disgusting.
They make it every year. You got to try it. And I took a spoonful of that. It was fucking the worst decision that I ever made in my life. Ruined my Thanksgiving. Ruined it.
It's
Could have
not
had
fruitcake, Enrique.
it.
It's worse than
No,
fruitcake.
it's like, but it's that shape. You know what I mean? It's like pink. It's pink cream with like red spots.
It's
Like
not fruit salad. It's
no,
jello.
it's
It's like a thing of jello, right? But it has white shit in it.
Yeah, I think it's like Jello cream. Like it, all I can say is it's pink and red, and it's fucking weird, and it's nasty. It
Yeah.
jiggles. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I
not a
would
jello person. If
say
you're out
that takes the cake. Oh, pun intended. God damn.
so
Yeah,
yours is the weirdest jello thing,
yeah.
right?
What's yours? What's yours? Raviolis.
Oh, that's um you know what? I just stick to the normal shit. Oh, last year someone made this fucking like casserole thing, and there was cranberries, nuts, cornbread. It was disgusting.
There's always one of those that somebody fucking brings in Elk Creek.
Mhm.
They always bring some kind of weird ass casserole. They'll trick you because that top layer will trick you. You're like,
Oh,
fuck
that
yeah,
looks
this looks
tasty.
good, man. And then you fucking get a scoop and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what did you guys like? There should be
Yeah.
warning labeled. Like, if you bring a casserole, in especially like part of what I learned is like, don't even get into that motherfucker till it's like halfway gone, because then at least like one, it's getting ate. Two, it's been so chopped up and spread out enough to where you can kind of like look through it and see what the fuck is in it. You know what I mean? But if you're going to your first slice or third slice, there is no guarantees that shit is good, dude. And leaving our Thanksgiving like in that bar, everything pretty much gets wiped out for the most part. So if there is a fresh dish sitting there with like one or two slices out, stay the fuck away. It's you know what I mean? You're not hurting nobody's feelings.
Yeah.
You can just say you're full on the entire other bar thing of food. Like, if anything, that person should take a hit. Don't bring some fucking random fucking lottery potluck fucking casserole to Thanksgiving. Like,
Who
bring
tries
shit.
out the new casserole
Well,
on Thanksgiving?
I'm like a fan of like, look, tons of people bring deviled eggs. You can't have too many. It's fine. Potato, or like the things that you fucking expect to eat at Thanksgiving, bring more of those. No one's going to be mad. Everyone does take home plates. Don't decide to reinvent the wheel and bring fucking ravioli. Nah, I'm just playing. I would literally, like, if this is the whole thing, if someone brought ravioli to our Thanksgiving, I'd be kind of pumped because I get full as fuck on everything else, and I would just load up hell of ravioli to go, so that the next day I had cold, because I like spaghetti cold, I like ravioli cold. So I'd load that up for the next day. I'd actually be pumped about that. You could bring ravioli, but don't bring a fucking mystery casserole to the fucking goddamn party.
I do have to say the one time I've had a good casserole was a potato casserole. It's got like hash browns and fucking sour cream and
Yeah,
chives. Hell
there's
bomb.
good casseroles. I'm just saying they're very mysterious. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Gotta be
Until they've been
careful.
cut open, dissected, and you
Yeah.
can have a conversation.
You gotta be
You
careful
know,
with those
yeah.
casseroles.
Someone's got to try that motherfucker first a few times and sign off on it before I go into that bitch.
What's the beer and orange juice punch bowl stuff? Is what Bobby's asking.
Beer and orange. I don't know, bro. What country you from? I never heard nothing like that at fucking Thanksgiving. Beer and punch bowl shit. I have no idea. No clue, Bobby.
Yeah,
He
I've
might
never
have
heard of
fucking
it.
dreamed that shit or watched it in a Will Ferrell movie.
I guarantee he watched it in a Will Ferrell movie.
That's right.
Guarantee it. Yeah, old school.
Yeah. It's like that's not a real thing, man. That was for a movie.
Yeah. But you know what? Have a great Thanksgiving, guys. If you're out there drinking orange beer in the punch bowl, get
Yeah.
drunk. If
Okay.
you're eating shitty
Do your
casserole,
thing. Do your thing. Yeah.
yeah, if you're eating shitty casserole, wash it down with a nice cold beer. It'll be a lot better.
And if you do bite into some shitty casserole, let everyone know so no one has to feel that pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even,
Just tell everyone this is the worst.
Would you want the person that prepared, made, and brought that casserole to do it another year? You know what I mean?
You know, I've seen it go in reverse.
Feel the sting 1 year in, go, hey, it sucks. Don't bring it back. Bring something else good next year. That's a friend.
My dad's a really nice guy and he's a minister. And I've seen that go ass backwards in a church potluck. You know, my dad was like, oh, who brought this? And they're like, oh, I did, Pastor. I did. It was me. You know, and then he'd be like, oh, man, that looks so good. That's so tasty. And it was the nastiest thing in the world when he tried it, you know, and then by the next time they bring one every time for him and then they'll start hand delivering.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I've been around nothing but old ladies and everything where like, I learned that trick where like, you could try to say you like it, but even if I won't say it's nasty, but my face is saying this is nasty as fuck. Please never bring this to me again. Please do not. Like, and everybody knows because when I love something, I spark that shit. I own it, bro. I ingest it. Like, I make sounds. Like, everyone knows when I love something. So if I'm quiet as fuck trying to focus on swallowing and not blowing chunks, it's in my face, and that's me telling you, please never bring this to me again. Like, I don't want this to be repeated. You know, maybe somebody likes this, but I can't ingest it.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. That's a good way to be, man. Lying is wrong. You know, and, let's start there. You know.
And Aunt B in Elk River, please do not feel offended if Chad doesn't like your casserole this year.
Because dude, I'm so straightforward on Thanksgiving. Like, if anybody's been there multiple years in a row, they know my pattern. I get the turkey, I get the potatoes, I get the corn, I get the gravy, go back through, do the same thing again. I'm going to eat a lot of deviled eggs in between. And
all those parts are going to be disgusting that night.
Oh, dude, it is nasty. Dude, a lot of Thanksgivings, bro, it's just like people just like, we all have an amazing buzz and then everybody gets so full and just passes out unless there's certain additives.
Oh, man. I'm just glad I don't have to be in the same bar with you and after eating deviled eggs. That's just nothing better than that.
Oh, it's human nature, Dave, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. Okay.
So when I was in Idaho, Chad's sitting at a table, and there's a good 10 people at this table. Chad rips one fart, turn around, everybody is gone. There's no one within 50 feet of us.
That one was bad, bro. Like, I just felt the hot air like slowly simmer out of my butthole, dude. Just and when I feel that heat, and like the heat comes up from like the crack of my ass, from my underwear, and my shirt's tucked in, and if I feel that heat hit my mid to lower back, dog, I know. I gotta smell it, dog. I'm like, oh. And those are the ones that like cling to you, bro. That like kind of stick to you. Like you're walking around and the smell is so thick and strong, it's just holding on to you. You can walk by people and let them experience it.
I'll tell you what, if you're in a state with an open bar, bring Chad with you. You will get a table, hands down.
And that's what I'm saying. I like to call that the appreciate fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Like every now and then, motherfuckers need to be reminded that fresh air. That's what it is, bro. That's like my gift from God. Is like, yo, take this in your nostrils. Okay, right? Bad, right? Like we all agree,
so
bad.
Violating. Okay. It's now, so violating.
Chad. Next time I see you outside, appreciate nature.
How the fuck do you get by with that? That should be illegal. It really should be like some sort of like you should get kicked out of the bar or something for that.
John tries to tell me my farts are the rankest ever. I'm like, none of you motherfuckers have spent enough time around my brother, okay? Because I can't fucking hold a candle to my brother, bro. My brother is the nastiest motherfucker I've ever smelled in my life. Like, I'm not even in the same room as him, bro. It doesn't even matter. I feel like my brother Shane can just like suck a fart out my asshole and be like, huh.
That's cute.
You know, like because his are just. And even when he stopped doing drugs, it didn't change. Like I always thought it was drugs. I thought, fuck, that must be like fucking drug farts or something. Nope, he's fucking sober as a whistle, man, for a couple years now, and they still just nasty. He always makes sure to get one out when I'm around. You know.
When me and Amanda were driving back from Idaho, she did make mention that you were probably the smelliest person she's ever smelled in her life.
But she walks around the
corner, more of your shit than
on the toilet. With the fucking door open because Axel, my son's in there, was like, it's not gonna. Hey, my son's hanging out with me while I took a shit. All right, you know, fucking. God. Yeah.
Good times, man.
Very good.
Let's wrap this thing up, man. We got big fights tomorrow. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in. We will see you definitely next week. We got some big things in store for you. Chad, anything you want to say?
Nothing much. I'm just happy we got to do this. Made my day not a waste of laziness. I'm very happy to be on here. And I'll be back up Sunday night doing the Journey episode 3. So,
all right, tune into that, guys. Check it out. It's really awesome. Don't forget to like us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the good stuff. Center Saint 209.
Boom. Hit us up too. Any subject matter questions, anything. centersaint209@gmail.com. Email us.
Vote in the polls on Center and Saint on Facebook.
And if anybody knows how to do them right, let us know too.
All right, Chad, we are out.
We're out. Later.